It seems like the Diddy thing was like an Epstein-type compromise deal, where he had, whether he was doing it himself.
Like if she's going to be warning people, why did she never warn anyone about Diddy?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The whole thing is so strange to watch play out.
We are going to hear from Cassie this week, along with another witness named Jane. They said we're going to see videos of these freak-offs, and it's going to be very uncomfortable.
This started as a Diddy scandal, but it's turning into a Hollywood collapse. And Joe Rogan's naming names. A-list actors, billionaire moguls, talk show icons. They all went to the same parties. They all stayed silent. And now, Rogan says they're running scared. There are tapes, there are receipts, and there might be arrest warrants. Rogan didn't drop a single accusation, he dropped a breadcrumb trail. One name at a time, one rumor at a time, until a pattern became impossible to ignore. From Hollywood elite vanishing from social media to whispers of Epstein-style blackmail ops. This isn't just speculation anymore, it's a pattern. And the more Rogan talks, the more people start to disappear, delete, and deny. But we're not buying it. Today we're breaking down every name, every rumor, every connection. Because if even half of this is true, Hollywood is about to have its ugliest year yet. While the mainstream media tiptoes around the Diddy allegations, Rogan has been fearlessly connecting dots that Hollywood desperately wants to keep hidden. Because in the last few months, what began as a string of offhanded comments about Sean Diddy Combs has turned into something far more serious. While the mainstream media tiptoes around the allegation, Rogan has been fearlessly discussing what many in Hollywood are desperate to keep hidden. The Southern District of New York didn't just arrest a music mogul, they may have opened a Pandora's box on an entire system of celebrity blackmail, exploitation, and corruption that reaches the highest levels of entertainment.
I bet Diddy's not even gay. I bet it's just he really enjoys guys, just so he said he fucked them.
They are the most powerful, strongest U.S. attorney's office in the country. And they do not just do a case, okay? They are airtight when they are brought to them.
It might have sounded like speculation, but to anyone paying attention, it was more than that. Because Rogan didn't just say it once, he kept going. In episode after episode, he'd return to it, adding names, connecting patterns, making what had once been whispered in private feel suddenly public. While CNN and Fox debate the politics of the day, Rogan has been quietly piecing together the puzzle of Diddy's alleged operation and the celebrities who might be caught in the fallout.
Do you think that we're going to get the names from the Diddy parties, or is that going to go away?
I think that one's going to come out.
Are people being paid off right now?
No, I think Diddy is probably a spiteful man, and he probably is going to be in jail for the rest of his life, right. And they're probably going to sing a song.
And unlike the talking heads on cable news, Rogan isn't afraid to name names. From A-list actors to music industry titans, his casual conversations have become a roadmap to who might be implicated as this case unfolds. The most shocking part? This isn't speculation from some random internet conspiracy theorist. This is Joe Rogan, the same man who interviews presidential candidates, world-renowned scientists, and the biggest names in entertainment. When he talks, millions listen. And right now, he's talking about Diddy.
Also, filming everybody and having dirt on everybody. Like, it's a crazy, organized crime. But it makes you think, like, is this guy doing it on his own?
Rogan's Epstein comparison isn't casual. It's the skeleton key that unlocks what was really happening at those infamous parties. The parallels are impossible to ignore. Both men built empires that gave them access to the highest levels of power. Both surrounded themselves with celebrities, politicians, and the ultra-wealthy. And both allegedly created environments designed to compromise and control.
Sometimes you have to tell Diddy no.
Oh, man, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, man.
Sean Diddy Combs' alleged list of accomplices to be revealed soon. The names will shock you, attorney says. Whoa.
I think he's going to sing A.
The genius of the operation, as Rogan points out, is its simplicity. Create an environment of excess, D's, alcohol, S, and then secretly record what happens. Suddenly, you have leverage over some of the most powerful people in the world. But there's a crucial difference between Epstein and Diddy, one that has Hollywood elites terrified. Epstein died before he could name names. Diddy is very much alive, facing decades in prison, and potentially willing to do anything to reduce his sentence.
He's the gangster, and he ran this whole blackmail operation himself.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Listen,
That
the
I
guy
think
was
for sure.
involved in music, right?
Yes.
And you get compromising information on these guys and get them to sign
100%.
very unfavorable
Yes.
contracts.
Yes.
Like, what better way
That's
to get a
what I
guy
think.
to sign an unfavorable contract where you're going to get billions, because he was a billionaire.
The bombshell about these videos changes everything. Prosecutors aren't working with raid scrapes. They've got Cassie's personal collection of damning evidence. She's been holding on to it like a loaded G pointed at Hollywood's elite.
She also said that the freak-off videos that we're going to see, they were not actually seized during the March 2024 raid of his homes. These actually came from Cassie.
This is absolutely devastating for Diddy's defense. Cassie didn't just file a lawsuit and walk away, she handed over the nuclear codes. These aren't some random party videos the Fed stumbled upon. They're meticulously preserved evidence from someone who lived through the nightmare and knew exactly what to save. The power dynamic has completely shifted. For years, these videos were Diddy's tools of control and blackmail. Now they're Cassie's ultimate revenge. Concrete proof that can't be bought off, intimidated, or explained away. She transformed from victim to the architect of his downfall by keeping receipts that will likely send him to prison for decades. And make no mistake, these videos will show exactly who participated in these freak-offs. Every celebrity, every industry executive, every enabler who thought their secrets were safe will be exposed in 4K clarity. The entertainment industry is about to undergo a massive purge because Cassie didn't just escape, she brought the evidence with her. Let's talk about what's really going on with these freak-offs. This isn't some cute little nickname for wild parties. According to court documents, these were meticulously orchestrated performances designed specifically to be filmed, preserved, and potentially weaponized.
Cassie was forced to allow an escort to in her mouth at one point, and this was per the instructions of Sean Combs.
The details are so graphic and disturbing that Diddy's own daughters had to leave the courtroom during testimony. Think about that. The man's own children couldn't bear to hear what their father allegedly orchestrated. What makes these freak-offs particularly sinister is the production value. These weren't hasty iPhone recordings in dimly lit rooms. According to testimony, Diddy ran these like professional corn shoots, complete with lighting rigs, multiple camera angles, and a support staff to ensure everything was captured perfectly. This wasn't impulsive, it was industrial. But what if it wasn't just random victims? What if the tapes show icons, people the world adores, caught on film, complicit, or coerced? Beyond Cassie's horrific experiences, another Jane Doe has come forward with allegations that fans believe points directly to Mary J. Blige.
She and Diddy got into an altercation where he allegedly stomped on her face and that she would run into every single room, lock the door, he would chase after her and kick the door down.
Another bombshell from Kim Porter's alleged memoir suggests Mary J. Blige, one of R&B's most respected voices, may have been pulled into Diddy's web of exploitation. But unlike the consensual threesome narrative Diddy might want us to believe, the pattern of D'ing and coercion described by other victims paints a much darker picture. April Lamprose's testimony provides the disturbing template. Diddy allegedly forced E down women's throats in his Manhattan apartment after returning from nightclubs, then forced them to perform S acts while he watched. The similarities between these accounts are impossible to ignore. While Mary has remained strategically silent, fans are demanding she come clean rather than deflect. If these allegations prove true, it would mean one of music's most beloved figures wasn't just Diddy's business associate, she was potentially another victim of his systemic A. The industrial nature of these recordings takes on an even more sinister dimension when you consider the caliber of celebrities potentially involved. These weren't just random women being exploited, these were established stars with their own power and influence who still couldn't escape Diddy's alleged PD behavior. The most explosive connection Joe Rogan has discussed isn't about some random celebrity party attendee, it's about Jamie Foxx. one of Hollywood's most beloved and talented stars, whose mysterious 2023 hospitalization might be directly connected to Diddy's empire of secrets.
Jamie Foxx just recently said that P. Diddy poisoned him, and that's why he got that stroke.
I've heard that.
He talked about it on stage.
He said it?
This isn't just idle speculation. The timeline is downright chilling. In April 2023, Fox suddenly vanished from public view during filming of Back in Action with Cameron Diaz. His family released only the vaguest statements about a medical complication, refusing to specify what actually happened despite intense public concern. For months, Fox was completely off the grid. No social media, no public appearances, no clear explanation, just silence and increasingly worried fans. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, federal investigators were already building their case against Diddy, a fact we now know with certainty. When Fox finally re-emerged in July 2023, he was dramatically transformed, noticeably thinner, visibly emotional, and cryptic about his experience, saying only that he went to hell and back and wouldn't wish what I went through on my worst enemy. These aren't words of someone who had a minor health scare. These are words of someone who survived something truly traumatic. The timing between Fox's mysterious illness and the federal investigation into Diddy isn't coincidental. It's suspicious. If Fox was silenced, who else might be next? You know what I mean? If even half of what Fox alludes to is true, this isn't just a Diddy scandal, it's a federal time bomb that could take down half of Hollywood. Also, it doesn't help that Jonathan Audi has this business on tape.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, they told me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard lots of business, because what they would do is Sean.
The testimony from Jonathan Audi confirms that Diddy's inner circle was privy to sensitive business information. As an A-list star who moved in the same circles as Diddy for decades, Fox would have been exposed to countless private moments and conversations. If he witnessed something incriminating or learned something damaging, he would represent a serious threat to Diddy's empire. The entertainment industry immediately tried to dismiss any connection between Fox's condition and Diddy as conspiracy theories. But that's exactly what you'd expect from an industry desperately trying to contain a potentially explosive scandal. The same industry, remember, that protected Harvey Weinstein for decades despite his crimes being an open secret. Fox's careful, measured return to public life speaks volumes. He hasn't been giving extensive interviews about his experience. He hasn't been specific about what happened. He's been strategically vague, exactly what you'd expect from someone who either fears retaliation or has been legally silenced. If the Jamie Foxx connection seems speculative, the Jonathan Audi case is anything but. This bizarre 2018 incident may be the smoking G that connects Diddy directly to serious crimes. In May 2018, Jonathan Audi went on a rampage at Trump National Doral Miami Hotel, firing shots and draping an American flag over the lobby counter before being shot and arrested by police. But it's what happened during his police interrogation that connects this seemingly random incident to Diddy.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, they told me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard lots of business, because what they would do is Sean.
During police questioning, Audi explicitly claimed that he was an S-slave for Diddy and Cassie, participating in 15 encounters and overhearing sensitive business discussions that could implicate others. At the time, these claims were dismissed as the ravings of a disturbed individual. But what happened next suggests there might have been truth to his statements.
I've settled $4.125 million with Diddy. Okay, was he scared that I was exposed?
I don't want to talk about Diddy right now. I want to talk about you. Help me understand you.
Despite claiming poverty during his divorce, Audi suddenly had enough money to hire an expensive lawyer. After his divorce, he purchased 5 properties worth over $765,000 in what appears to be an all-cash deal. The timing coincides perfectly with the alleged $5 million settlement from Diddy, a payment that looks suspiciously like hush money. If Audi's claims are true, they corroborate exactly what Cassie has alleged about being forced to participate in S encounters with third parties at Diddy's direction. And this pattern of financial payoffs to silence potential witnesses appears to be a reoccurring theme in Diddy's operation. And guess what? There is a paper trail out there. The alleged NDA between Jonathan Audi and Sean Combs has surfaced, and it appears to confirm everything Audi claimed back in 2018. The document, reportedly signed in 2014, shows Combs' signature over Sean Combs individually on behalf of Bad Boy Worldwide, Sean John Enterprises. This isn't just hearsay anymore. It's documented evidence of a $5 million payment to keep Audi silent about what he witnessed and experienced. Even more damning, Audi's ex-wife, Attorney Tanya Trotwine has come forward to confirm the existence of the NDA. She revealed that the contract was signed around the same time as their divorce, a divorce that suddenly became urgent to Audi. He went from broke to buying 5 properties in cash right after allegedly signing an NDA with Diddy. You do the math. As Diddy's trial unfolds in Manhattan's federal court, a staggering list of celebrities who may be referenced during proceedings has emerged. During jury selection, potential jurors were given a list of 190 names spanning beloved Hollywood actors and elite musicians. The court's list reads like a Hollywood's award show guest list. Michael B. Jordan, Kid Cudi, Mike Myers, Kanye West, Michelle Williams, 190 names in total, all potentially connected to testimony. Some connections are obvious, like Kid Cudi, whose car allegedly exploded after he dated Cassie. Cudi even corroborated Cassie's account in a statement to the New York Times, confirming that Diddy had threatened to blow up his vehicle upon discovering their relationship.
The big thing is there is still no jury. They're so concerned about jurors backing out over the weekend once they find out that they're actually on the jury, that they're going to bring 43 of them back on Monday morning. They're going to strike them and then go right into opening statements. Part of that is because they received an email overnight.
It's expected to be one of the most high-profile trials in a very, very long time. The United States of America versus Sean Diddy Combs, one of the biggest names in entertainment.
Let's be real, this isn't just about Diddy anymore. The celebrity web surrounding this case is so tangled, it makes a Game of Thrones family tree look straightforward. We're talking about a veritable who's who of, oh my God, them too? The lawsuits flying around are naming names faster than a gossip columnist on powder. Aaron Hall, yes, the I Miss You R&B singer from Guy, is now a defendant alongside Diddy. Imagine going from singing love ballads to being named in a federal ST case. That's quite the career pivot. Harve Pierre, Diddy's longtime music producer, appears in not one but 2 lawsuits. And if even one sticks, that fun might end with a prison sentence, or in this case, double the potential prison time. Pierre was basically Diddy's right-hand man for years, which begs the question, if the right hand knew, what about the left? Then there's Cuba Gooding Jr., who apparently wasn't content with his own misconduct allegations and decided to join Diddy Circus too. He's named in Lil Rod's complaint. You know, the producer who's basically turned into the John Dean of this whole scandal, naming names like he's reading the guest list at the Met Gala.
The candidates are being asked about their own connections to or impressions of an array of celebrities, and with no explanation why, at least not yet. The parlor games have begun, my friends. Everybody is trying to connect the dots between the shiny, famous names and the beleaguered rap star Diddy.
The nepotism babies aren't safe either. Justin Dior Combs, Diddy's 30-year-old son, who's most famously for, well, being Diddy's son, is accused of soliciting S-workers and allowing underage girls into a listening party, because nothing says responsible adult like D'ing women's drinks at your dad's party. His brother, Christian Combs, is also accused of D'ing and A-ing a woman. Apparently, the rotten apple doesn't fall far from the diseased tree. Jacob the jeweler, whose client list reads like the Billboard Top 100, is now being accused of getting freaky at Diddy's command. Adria English claims Combs forced her to engage in S-acts with Arabo at one of his parties. Imagine going from, I'll take that diamond necklace to, I'll take that plea deal in the span of a lawsuit. The sports world isn't immune either. NFL superstar Odell Beckham Jr., yes, the one-handed catch guy, along with comedian Drusky, were named as defendants in a March 2025 lawsuit. Ashley Parham and 2 Jane Does allege Beckham participated in a violent R in 2018. OBJ went from catching footballs to catching cases real quick. Both men deny everything, of course. But so did Diddy until that hotel video dropped. The list goes on like a never-ending receipt from CBS. Young Miami of City Girls allegedly brought D's to Combs. DJ Stevie J allegedly recruited S-workers like he was running LinkedIn for escorts. Kalina Harper from Diddy Dirty Money allegedly witnessed violent incidents and said nothing, making her brand name ironically appropriate. Speaking of suspicious behavior, several celebrities have been frantically deleting their social media posts faster than teenagers hiding their party pics from mom. Usher, Pink, and Megan Fox have all been caught scrubbing their accounts. Nothing says I'm totally innocent like digitally shredding evidence, right? Even the Kardashians, who never met a scandal they couldn't monetize, are caught in this mess. Khloe Kardashian's old clip resurfaced, where she casually mentioned attending one of Diddy's naked parties.
I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. Go to this party. I think half the people there were butt naked.
The scale of celebrity involvement is so vast, it's like the entertainment industry was playing a game of 6 degrees of Sean Combs, except everyone was only 1 or 2 degrees away. This isn't just about one bad apple. It's about an entire orchard that's been rotting from the inside for decades. This isn't just about celebrities being exposed. It's about an entire system of power, blackmail, and exploitation potentially collapsing. The Southern District of New York doesn't build cases to fail. They build cases to destroy empires.